you're invited to share, they ask you if you have any songs in mind. And I'm like, I trust the boys. I trust the boys to bring it. Hi. Good morning. Oh my goodness, there's so many faces. Hi. So, welcome to my TED Talk. And I'm going to personally invite Victor at some point to bring his new song for us, Grace. That's the medicine we need. So before we begin, I want to name our personal and collective grief that we have all been drowning in for weeks, from Buffalo to our kiddos. And Jane shared with me this morning a paper by Maria Shriver. She wrote a piece called I've Been Thinking. I invite everyone to Google it. And in it, she highlights that it's no coincidence that it's Memorial Day weekend. So today, we not only honor those that have died for our country, we not only honor those who were either enlisted or signed up, that were grown adults who went through massive training to defend themselves and defend our country. But we grieve and honor those who have also given their lives by going to the grocery store and by going to school. We acknowledge our collective grief and our rage and our anger, and we sit with it. And we hold it. We hold it for ourselves. We hold it with each other. We don't jump to quick solutions and quick answers, but instead we sit with it and hold it in our body and ask our body for wisdom and direction, and then listen. Listen for what it might offer, and we listen to each other. It's no coincidence that I was asked to speak while I'm actually currently in end-of-life doula training. So I'm really excited for Dr. Terry Daniels to come. And I had not watched her introduction, and it actually is in alignment with what's coming through for us today. So my personal strength at this moment is writing. So I appreciate your grace while I lean on my writing this morning. After a few debuts, maybe I will flow into less notes. Also, I got to share with y'all, almost every morning that he's not out of town, my husband Tim and I share what we affectionately call happy hour, where we have coffee, we visit, we connect. So as I was preparing to spend time with everyone this morning, he was encouraging me. He's like, honey, you're going to do great. You're going to do great. Just pretend like it's happy hour, minus the swearing. One of his many, bring it. One of his many nicknames for me is the cussing reverend. But it's not true. I'm not a reverend. So I reserve the right to learn this morning, to share from my heart, share from the light of my understanding, with the invitation to dialogue with those who seek to understand. And I'm honored to learn and expand right alongside y'all. So a few months ago, I received an email from Reverend Sylvia, who's not here. I didn't see her. If she's watching online, she's probably sitting there going, minister in training, Naomi. I'm a minister in training. But wherever we go, there we are. So Reverend Sylvia, her email asked if I'd like to offer a talk this season of the earth. And I froze. Alone in my office, reading the email, I froze. Gosh, my consciousness and budding relationship with our planet is so new to me. What could I possibly offer? I am still unlearning decades of harmful religious doctrine. Then I centered. I re-entered my body, and I tuned in. In that moment, I heard, perfect. Share what you got. So let's dive in. Our visit today is titled God, Self, and Earth. So what could these possibly have to do with each other? They are fundamental pillars in our life. It has been said that language is what separates us from the animals. Instead, I offer that language is what connects us to the animals and to the land and to each other. I offer that perhaps language can be what raises our consciousness to connectedness. Notice, I said language, not talking. We know that our favorite nuggets of truth are oftentimes said using the fewest number of words. And I think this is why I love words so much. Not for their value in talking, but for their value in listening. Me listening to you. You see, language and words, they're three-dimensional. There is the word in the dictionary, or thesaurus, but then there is the word and its meaning to you, and the word and its meaning to me. So I'll come back to this. The first fundamental core principle of unity is the acknowledgement that there is only one power and one presence in all the cosmos. One power, one presence, not one religion, not one interpretation, not one lens through which we see and inform ourselves and others. One power, one presence, one palpable quantum force in all of the cosmos. So now I have a question. We're going to get some audience participation so I don't feel all alone up here. We're going to play with words, if you will. So my friends on Zoom, type in your answers in the chat. And my friends here in the room, I'm going to have you holler out. Just be bold, be brave. So what word do you use to call, invoke, and manifest that force? Spirit, universe, source, great mystery, light, infinite intelligence, God, all that is, the divine, higher power. What was that? Zeke. How many of y'all see God, see higher power, see source, see creator, mystery, all that is in your animals? Y'all are getting ahead of me. That's like 2 pages from here. In dog we trust. So full disclosure, if the word God is at all triggering to you, trust me, I am right there with you. Over 20 years of healing from religious trauma, I am still deconstructing the dogma surrounding that word. But I chose it for this title for that very reason. To make me uncomfortable. Just enough to get curious. Many in this room don't have my upbringing, so God does invoke light and love and life. It also nudges me toward curiosity for other words that resonate with me. You see, whichever word we each used individually, we called out, we typed on Zoom, we find we are all naming and acknowledging the same. They all, every single one of them, transcend, express as, and emanate from all that exists and all we call into existence. Again, every single one of those names, those words, those meanings transcend, infuse, express as, and emanate from all that exists and all we call into existence. I will come back to that. The second word play, same as before. My friends on Zoom, type in the chat. Friends in the room, call it out. What word do you use to call yourself? Light bearer. I am being. It's a little harder, isn't it? Mama. Here are some that I came up with because I had a little more time than you guys. Human, auntie, even mama, sister, daughter, granddaughter. There are some others that I have shed, but I'm going to share for the sake of those who might resonate because this is for you. The others that I had used to identify myself were sinner, fallen, backslidden, shameful, less than, unwanted, dirty, broken, fractured. What about Democrat, Republican, vaccinated, unvaccinated, masked, unmasked? May I offer you something? Yes. I love her. These are tired, unfounded, unsupported, prehistoric perceptions of ourselves. And you don't have to answer this, but how are they working out for us? They never worked out for me. They never brought me life. Unity's second core principle is that spirit, source, all that is, divinity, mystery, expresses as us. Again, unity's principle is, and our principle is that divinity and all that is, and mystery and spirit and I am that I am expresses as us. We are more than we appear to ourselves, to each other. So may I offer you something else? Now that we know that divinity expresses as us, now what do we call ourselves? Divine. Love. Light. One. Did you read my notes? What else? What else do we call ourselves now that we know that all that is expresses as us? Avatar. Higher power. Creator. I am creator. Coworker. Spirit, goddess, life, vibration. I am vibration. Friends, humor me and reimagine with me. What could it look like? What could it feel like in our bodies? What could it be like if we called ourselves and each other source? All that is, spirit, creator. Hey, creator, what's going on today? Hey, source, what are you up to today? Hey, light bearer, what's coming up for us today? What message, what medicine have you got for us? Right? We see each other. So, are you familiar with the conflict resolution concept of what we see as wrong with or flawed in someone else is simply our own stuff mirrored back to us, right? We all know that. Well, I got news for you. It goes both ways. What does that mean? The same concept applies when we see something amazing in someone else. You primed me for this. It is simply our own medicine mirrored back to us. I believe that's what is meant by the light in me sees the light in you. When I receive an affirmation, I'm immediately aware that the only reason anything is ever recognized in me is because it's in them too. This is connectedness. This is divinity connected in and through us, amongst each other. We are each other. Hold that. And you guessed it, I'm going to come back to this. But first, it's time for our third word. Friends on Zoom, you know the drill. Friends in the room, you got this. What word do you use for earth? Pachamama. Earth. Gaia. Mother. Energy. Grandmother. Home. This was a tough one for me. The only prehistoric reference I received growing up around Earth used the word dominion. And we were told, worship the Creator, not the creation. That about summed it up. Earth was here for us to simply use up to our taking. God said so. No relationship, no intimacy, no vulnerability. Dominion. I can't even tell you the elation I experienced when I learned how tired and worn out that dogma was too. So you know where this is going, right? If divinity and light and love and all that is and creator and mystery all expresses as us, transcends, infuses, expresses as and emanates from all that is and all we call into existence, the planet that holds us, the land that keeps us, the wind that cools us, the waters that fuel us, are all called source, higher power, divinity, creator, mystery, goddess. The trees, they aren't creation, they are creator. The rivers, the mountains, they're not creation, they're creator. Are we seeing a theme here? I should have titled this talk, We Are Each Other, period. And not just each other humans. We are one with sun, moon, stars, and all the galaxies. We are one with ozone. Ha! Imagine that. We are one with sky and clouds. We are one with wind and fire. We're one with rain, river, and ocean. We're one with mountain and valley, desert and forest. We are one with whale, dolphin, sea turtle, coral reef, fish. We are one with beach sand, rocky coastlines, our turtle island, all other islands. We are one with bison and elk, deer and owl, cat, dog, bird, hawk, coyote, rabbit, mouse. All these are our relations, seen and unseen. This may seem repetitive or elementary, oversimplified, and yet it is fundamental to our survival. So pause with me, sit and soak it up. Emanate these truths in every cell of your being to inform and fuel what is coming next. There is a common thread woven throughout core religious doctrines that have shaped and informed our culture, right here in our country, right here in our communities. I got a timer up here. The thread is other. Or othering, the verb. What do I mean by this? We saw hints of this thread woven throughout the word exercise we just played. Together, God, ourself, earth, all outside and separate from each other, with different names, different identities. God, self. God sometimes, historically to me, was judge and ruler. Self can be individualistic, self-assured, special from everyone. Special if we are right. and earth beneath us. And when we other each other, we pitch our tents, we build our camp tents, we set up our tents in different camps. So what camp do you set your tent up in? Politically, religiously, spiritually even. Even in the woke spiritual community, there's division in camps. Sexually, racially, economically. So bear with me as I attempt to bring us down the home stretch. I have a theory that these frameworks evolved from our mounting inability to be with suffering. Our inability to be with ourselves and each other in suffering. These frameworks give us permission to fix or bolt. I'm going to fix it or I'm going to bail. I've got the answers or I'm out of here. Friends, the quality of our lives, relationships, and our solutions are determined by our capacity to suffer with each other. And I want to take a quick sidebar to be very clear. This is not to be confused with self-righteous suffering or abusive suffering. Those are very different talks with very different boundaries. The suffering I'm asking you to explore with me is far more subtle and nuanced than that. It's the suffering that is all too easily alleviated by scrolling. It's the suffering that is alleviated by shopping, giving unsolicited advice, suffocating. Okay, so suffering that is alleviated by defensiveness, by being defensive or being dismissive. Suffering that is alleviated by changing the subject, changing the channel, change. Stop. Pause. Did you notice? Were you holding your breath? Exhale. My sister Janaea says, free the exhale. Pause, exhale, slow down, and hold. Hold and connect. Again, we just sang it. Breathe in, be still, let go, know that I am. Separation is suffocating. You wouldn't think it, but you know it, and I know it too. We're like fish. When we're actually removed from the water, taken away, taken out of, oxygen of life can't return to our being till we are returned to where we belong. Conversely, connectedness is expanding, right? Because when we're talking about energy, 1 and 1 doesn't equal 2. Connection is more like compounding interest that keeps multiplying exponentially. Attract, expand, manifest. Attract, expand, manifest. Our culture is beginning to remember what we know in our bones, how to hold ourselves and each other through suffering. We were disconnected for too long, and it cost us too much. So our collective is making the shift incrementally into connection and healing. Researchers have been discovering data supporting a concept that connection is a fundamental piece in recovery from drug addiction, mental health, and I might even speculate violence. What does this have to do with God, self, and earth? I'll end with this, friends. It is no secret that profound transformational healing takes place in humans when we are returned to the wild. When we immerse ourselves, sorry, I lost my spot. When we return to the wild. And it's not because we are away from the city, away from buildings, the cars, the lights, the noise. It's not because of what's missing. The healing happens because of what is returned. In the wild, our bodies and our spirits are connecting and communicating with the dirt, the wind, the water, the fire. The very cells of our human beings is receiving wisdom from the trees and leaves, animals and critters. In our season of the earth and our season of grief, I invite us to lean in. Pause, hold, connect. Don't talk, listen. Let's return and meet each other back in the wild. Immerse ourselves among our relatives, the trees and the birds, rivers and mountains, where there is no othering, but everyone and everything knows we are each other. And we are divinity, mystery, creator, all that is. I'm going to invite my friends from Soulshine to come up. A Moon sister recently shared a song with us in ceremony last month, and I was so inspired to share it with us today. It is written by Kathleen Marie Stanzler. She goes by Sage. It was written about 10 years ago when she was 20, and she said that it came to her in a dream, so she woke up with it in her head. It's called I'm a Wild One. We're going to sing it 3 times through. We're going to sing it 3 times through. The first time, so you can get a hang of the words. And then the second and third time, we're going to invite y'all to join us. But first, I'm going to turn this timer off so that it doesn't go off in the middle of our music.
Let the sun shine down and warm my bones.
Let the sun shine down and warm my bones.
Let the birds and the bees come and take my clothes.
Let the birds and the bees come and take my clothes.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of wind and rain.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of wind and rain.
I'm wild and I ain't going back again.
I'm wild and I ain't going back again.
Let the moon shine down and cleanse my soul.
Let the moon shine down and cleanse my soul.
Let the wolves and the owls come and take my coals.
Let the wolves and the owls come and tend my coals.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of stars and dreams.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of stars and dreams.
I'm wild and I'm part of everything.
I'm wild and I'm part of everything.
Let the stars shine down and cleanse my heart.
Let the stars shine down and cleanse my heart.
Let the beaver and the bear teach me of their art.
Let the beaver and the bear teach me of their art.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of fat and fish.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of fat and fish.
The tending of the wild is my greatest wish.
The tending of the wild is my greatest wish.
The spreading of the wild is my greatest wish.
The spreading of the wild is my greatest wish.
The healing of the wild is my greatest wish.
The healing of the wild is my greatest wish.
We don't stand on our seats, we sing from our feet. Get up.
Here we go. Let the sun shine down and warm my bones.
Let the sun shine down and warm my bones.
Let the birds and the bees come and take my clothes.
Let the birds and the bees come and take my clothes.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of wind and rain.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of wind and rain.
I'm wild and I ain't going back again.
I'm wild and I ain't going back again.
Let the moon shine down and cleanse my soul.
Let the moon shine down and cleanse my soul.
Let the wolves and the owls come and tend my coals.
Let the wolves and the owls come and tend my coals.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of stars and dreams.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of stars and dreams.
I'm wild and I'm part of everything.
I'm wild and I'm part of everything.
I'll let the stars shine down and cleanse my heart.
Let the stars shine down and cleanse my heart.
I let the beaver and the bear teach me of their art.
Let the beaver and the bear teach me of their art.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of fat and fish.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of fat and fish.
The tending of the wild is my greatest wish.
The tending of the wild is my greatest wish.
The spreading of the wild is my greatest wish.
The spreading of the wild is my greatest wish.
The healing of the wild is my greatest wish.
The healing of the wild is my greatest wish.
This round, let's really go wild. Let the sun shine down and warm my bones.
Let the sun shine down and warm my bones.
I let the birds and the bees come and take my clothes.
Let the birds and the bees come and take my clothes.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of wind and rain.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of wind and rain.
I'm wild and I ain't going back again.
I'm wild and I ain't going back again.
Let the moon shine down and cleanse my soul.
Let the moon shine down and cleanse my soul.
Let the wolves and the owls come and tend my coals.
Let the wolves and the owls come and tend my coals.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of stars and dreams.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of stars and dreams.
I'm wild and I'm part of everything.
I'm wild and I'm part of everything.
I let the stars shine down and cleanse my heart.
Let the stars shine down and cleanse my heart.
I let the beaver and the bear teach me of their art.
Let the beaver and the bear teach me of their art.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of fat and fish.
'Cause I'm a wild one now, made of fat and fish.
The tending of the wild is my greatest wish.
The tending of the wild is my greatest wish.
The spreading of the wild is my greatest wish.
The spreading of the wild is my greatest wish.
The healing of the wild is my greatest wish.
The healing of the wild is my greatest wish.
I think we're gonna call it Naomi. We're not gonna call it TED Talks anymore. I think we're gonna call it Naomi Talks.